All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your 12 p.m. Express Abs class. TJ here. For today, you'll just need a mat, but otherwise, let's get started. All right, so for the first exercise or for the first part of this, I just want to run through a quick stretch with the whole cat and cow. So having our hands directly underneath our shoulders, knees directly underneath our hips, and shoulder width apart for both the hands and the knees. I want you to arch your back, and then I want you to push it down, bringing some mobility and some movement into that spine after sitting into a chair for probably 4 hours. Nice job. Give me one more. Just cat cow, really arch that back. Nice job. So let's go into our Sphinx pose, just so that we stretch out our core. So Sphinx, being on our elbows, we're lying on, our body, our stomach. Otherwise, you could go into Cobra, which is more pushing through the hands. Nice job. And then one last and final one. I just want you to stretch out the low back, going into child's pose. I know I said express abs, but I always try to start off with a little stretching, a little movement. All right. So for this particular exercise, we're going to flip it over. And we're going to go into a tabletop position for global bridge. So this is where we're pushing that hip up to where from shoulder, hip to knee is straight across, back down, back up, back down. All right. Starting off with that one. Ready, go. So hands are directly underneath my shoulders. My feet are directly underneath my knees. I'm driving that hip up and down, squeezing through the glutes. At the top. Excellent job. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we are going to mix this up with a little side bridge. So modified leg, or the modified is having that leg on the bottom bent, and then the top leg is straight across, and just holding this position. All right, ready? Up. So keeping that belly button drawn in towards your spine. Keeping your body straight from shoulder, hip to knee, or shoulder, hip to heel. If you have stacked your feet on top of each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, down. Flip it over. Other side. So whether it's modified or your feet are on top of each other. Ready? Up. So shoulder, hip to knee, or shoulder, hip to heel, straight across. Making sure that that elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. All right, so we're going to go back to that global bridge. I am going to add an element, but this element is completely optional. So as we press up, we're going to march. Opposite leg or alternating leg as we drive that hip up. All right, ready? Go. So marching the legs, which is completely optional. Otherwise, you can just move the hip straight up and down. If you want, you can actually bring your feet and your knees a little closer to each other while you're doing that one. Otherwise, march. Really drive that hip up. Again, through the glutes and through the low back. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. So we're going to go back to our modified or regular side bridge. We're just going to hold. All right. Ready? Up. So again, shoulder, hip to knee or foot, straight across. You could use your free hand to balance yourself if you feel a little shaky. Again, just making sure that the hip does not drop down towards the ground, keeping that across, straight as an arrow. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. All right, flip it over. Other side, so either modified or feet stacked. We're just holding. Ready, go. So lifting up, that hip up off the ground. Again, making sure we're not pushing too much up through the hip where you really feel like you're kind of not straight as an arrow, you're kind of crooked. So keep it straight. Nice job. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Down. All right. So we're going to go back to that global bridge one last time. So you have options. You can just go feet flat on the ground, your feet are shoulder width apart, and you just march. Or, well, you don't march, you just push up through your hip. Otherwise, you can have your feet closer together, knees together, move your hip up and down, or you march. All right, ready? Go. So keep going. So keep going with the ones that I showed you. Now, if you want to make this a little more interesting, I will do it. If you want to try it, you can. But it's opposite arm to opposite leg. As you push up, you just got to be coordinated, obviously, like myself. Otherwise, just stick with the regular. Gotta mix it up. Gotta make it fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so turn it back onto our side for that side bridge. Ready, set, up. So again, keeping your core engaged, especially that oblique. That side that's closest to the floor. Sometimes that pillar bridge one, you start feeling it in the back of your triceps, and then your arm gets tight. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. All right, so either modified, feet stacked. Last time for this one. Up. Nice job. Again, making sure that that hip is not inching closer to the floor. Keeping it straight across with the body. Almost there. We got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. So the next one that we're going to move into is just a regular pillar bridge. So you could do this on your knees with your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Otherwise, you could go onto your toes. All right. So we're just going to start off with the hold. Ready? Up. I'm going to make this one interesting for the next round, which is completely optional, but in the sense of form, shoulder, hip to knee or heel straight across, keeping that belly button drawn towards the spine. or bringing it up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose for me, just to give your back a little bit of a break. And while you are doing that one, I will show you what the challenge is for this one. So we're going to go back to this side bridge, but I want you to turn down into your pillar bridge, and then I want you to rotate, and then rotate down, and then rotate up. All right? Now that's if your shoulder can allow that. Otherwise, just do the pillar bridge. Ready? Go. So turn down, and then back to the side, all while keeping the core engaged. Again, you could do it with bent knees, like I'm doing. Again, new exercise. Gotta try it out. Nice job. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. That one requires a little bit of, well, focus in different areas because you want to make sure that your hip is staying up off the ground while you turn down. All right, ready? Other side, go. So turn. Again, if your shoulder allows, otherwise hold the pillar bridge, which is just a regular plank if that's how you're familiar with it. Nice job, keep it up. We're gonna do one more round after this, and I will show another progression for this particular one, which is totally optional. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose for me again. Again, to stretch out your low back. While you are doing that, I will tell you the progression for this one. So this time, feet stacked, roll down into, so side bridge, pillar bridge, side bridge, pillar bridge. Totally optional. Ready? Last round. Go. So again, hip up, shoulder width or shoulder hip to heel, straight across, turn down, and then back, turn down, back. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. One last and final side. Now, if you are doing the pillar bridge because this one might be a little too much, just give yourself a little bit of an extra break before you do it again. All right? All right, so either feet stacked or feet modified. Ready? Go. So just remember you could go bent knee, turn it down, rotate, keeping that core engaged. Again, lots of parts. Gotta keep things interesting. You got this. Great job, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. One last and final child's pose. And then we'll stretch out our core. Nice job. All right, so let's go back into that Sphinx pose. So being on our elbows or pushing through your hands for the cobra. Nice job. All right. So hopefully you gave some of those new exercises a try. Again, we try to modify stuff just to keep things interesting, but not, like still keep the safety in mind. So for tomorrow for class, we've got in body or in person 640 small group strength. And then at 12, we have stretch break virtual. And then at 12:30, we have total body challenge, which is in person. All right. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.